I'm like, big old hairy chest. I'm like, that's the one. Shit.
That's great. The stuff I just hope it fits.
Oh yeah, we got
Every
it.
time I buy clothes on Amazon, I regret it.
Look at these. Look at that one.
That's even better yet.
That one wasn't on there when here's a red one. That's great. They got ones with the pictures of the Borat banana hammock that's over it. But they got all kinds of crazy, like, 80s.
Yeah.
You got skeletons. Look at that one.
That's busy.
There's a lot going on there. The cats.
Yeah, the cats and the tacos. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hog Rack.
Hello. Don't mind us. We're
You know,
just laughing
usual
at
thing. I just hit the
dumb
button. I don't care what we're talking about. We're talking about onesies on Amazon. And Patrick here decided to wear a onesie that is basically the image of another dude.
Well, no, we got to go to a party, and that's the theme. Is it's onesie night. So I figured I have to buy something as silly as me. So boom, there it is.
There it is. Hey, I agree. I can't. I like it.
I think it'll be.
You got to go with the other pictures, though. Let me see some of the other pictures.
Like the.
No. The pictures of the.
Oh, the guy with it. Oh.
Yeah. So, so there it is.
See, it's even got a hairy back.
Oh, that's great right there.
See, I got to get the hat and the glasses. But dude, yeah, I thought it was funny.
That is good. I wonder if they have it in fat ass size.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Let's see. Double extra large.
No,
that's as big as it goes, my friend.
Yeah, that would rip as soon as I were to move.
Fat guy in a
little coat.
Yeah. But I just thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
Then I had to buy one of these to change the spark plugs in the motorcycle.
Oh, because it looks like a sex toy.
No, it's just.
Okay, it's not.
But I had to buy that.
It does.
Yeah.
I thought it would have a vibrating function, and
no, swivel sockets don't do that. But at least I'll be able to change the spark plugs in the old motorcycle.
There you go.
But I didn't think that was too bad. $12 for the. And
awesome.
So yeah.
Oh, nose. Sorry, nose is itching.
Okay.
Well, hello, ladies
and gentlemen's. Look, there's the battery I had to buy to fix that thing we needed last week because it broke. Piece of shit.
You know what I need to do? I need to start looking at parts for that snowblower I bought from you.
Oh yeah, the chute. Yes.
Just some of the. Yeah, it only needs a couple of things. I'm definitely gonna fix it just because I can.
Oh, I'm trying to think.
I have to look around the light to look at you.
Do you remember what the model number was on that thing?
No. It's so buried. I should take a weekend to try to unbury it.
Unbury it and find out. Yeah.
I have a skid I keep at the side of the house that I keep it on.
It's not this piece. It's the one the curved piece.
It actually comes off of the unit.
Yeah, it comes apart real easy.
Your cardboard fix isn't doing it.
Well, that wasn't my cardboard fix. That was the person I bought it from.
Oh, okay.
I just extended the cardboard fix. I think it might be this chunk right here.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the right.
I could just get a piece of PVC, to be perfectly honest with you.
You probably could.
And just heat it up and stick it on there. It lasts forever because the shit's like half an inch thick or a quarter inch thick.
Listen, man, just get some of that flex tape. It fixes everything. And just
yeah.
And then you can be on TV going,
I don't know how
flex tape fixed my snowblower.
I don't know how brittle it gets in the winter, but only one way to find out.
I don't know, but listen, man. You need to be on TV talking about how flex tape fixed your snowblower, and you'll be famous.
There you go. Then I won't have to fix it because I'll have tons of money.
Yeah, and you can just pay somebody else to snowblow your stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and then you can stay inside.
We actually do have two other people here, but they're decided to remain silent.
Well, one's playing on their phone.
Yes.
I don't know what they're looking at, or reading, or I don't know, whatever.
I put my phone down.
See?
Okay, so we got one on board. The other one's just smiling at us like a serial killer.
You got to turn that on or it doesn't work.
I participate when needed.
Okay, well, there you go.
When needed. Well, you're needed. Start talking.
So, last weekend was Zombie Walk weekend. We did not make an episode because we were too busy.
Zombie walking it.
And you know what? I didn't even have time to take pictures. I have like 3 pictures out of the whole
I think
event.
you took 2 or 3 I seen, but that was about it. There wasn't a whole lot going on.
It was it was weird because we seem to attract all the people that we don't want to have a conversation with. Although that young couple was kind of nice. There was a young couple. We ended up talking about Planet Weird quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were just being nice. I don't think they watched any of our episodes, but they might be watching Hellier.
Oh, she said she wanted to check it out because didn't he do a podcast too, like a gaming podcast or something?
Yeah, I was really hoping he'd reach out. Well, let's check Gmail here. You never know.
You just never know. Maybe you missed it the last couple of days.
Yeah. Did you happen to check out the? For fuck's sake, the website?
I haven't been on the website for a week. I think it was last week when I got on there.
Yeah. What do you think of it?
It looked all right. I mean, it's our website. It's got all our information.
Well, I did a mission statement. I thought that would help people understand what they're watching.
I think that was on there when I think it was when I looked last week. Yeah. Let us know how we are doing.
Well, I'm desperate for feedback, and of course, we're not getting any.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like, there's somebody left a whole big diatribe 3 years ago. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's Adam. There was a guy who it was the only controversial thing we ever did. We talked about COVID, and of course we were telling the truth, and all the stats that we were getting were not correct. I even called out Cleveland Clinic for posting incorrect stats on YouTube videos. And what they were doing, they were citing flu at that time. Okay? It's very important you understand that. At that time,
right.
Since then, the numbers have gone way up. Of course, that was years ago. But at that time, the numbers that they were posting was how many people... I can't remember because it was 2 years ago. How many people were dying from the flu back in 1918? Okay, the numbers of COVID deaths had not reached the numbers they were posting. So they were posting numbers of the flu, not COVID, as a scare tactic. COVID hadn't reached those numbers yet. They were climbing. They were going to hit those numbers at some point. But at the time that Cleveland Clinic posted that video, the numbers of deaths were not there yet. So I called them out, and of course, it went nowhere. Nobody cared. I got no comments, nothing. But that big long thing that you saw was there was a guy. What did he say? It was he said something very condescending, like, you're not, do your research, you're not looking at it properly. So Adam got online because he didn't have a job and crunched all the numbers. And what he posted on there was his response. And basically the guy didn't do his research. And I told him one of the things I wanted to hit home is, where we got our research was the very websites that all of the news media was saying we should go to. Like, I was getting it off the HOW, or the World Health Organization website. I was getting it off of government websites. All the websites that they say, you need to go to this website and do your research. That's where I went. I didn't go to, like, Bob's website or RepublicansAgainstCovid.com, And none of them were right. They were all posting inflated numbers. They were all boasting shit that wasn't true. And me and Adam were in the middle of it going, no, this is not true. COVID is not worse than the flu. The flu is still, to this day, the deadliest virus that is in history. There maybe been one that no one wrote down. But since, history books have been kept.
Yeah, since people,
Well,
I knew it was wrong because when it was going on, like when it first started and they were talking about all the people that were dying, there was a guy, I used to run the warehouse at the paper place, and the one truck driver was from, I think, the Netherlands, somewhere over there, and I can't remember what it was, but he couldn't go home because he couldn't fly home, and he would come here and he would work for 3 or 4 months and make enough money here in 3 or 4 months that he could go home and live the rest of the year and run his farm.
Nice.
But he couldn't get home. But he talked to his wife and his kids almost 3-4 times a week, and he'd be like, these are the numbers we're getting here, and these are the numbers that they're getting there, and he would show me videos of the TV that his wife would send him, and they were so far off.
Yeah.
Like, it was all, it was ridiculous. I mean, it was 30 to 40% off, showing that it was so much more than it was here. It just shows how the media is just, they bullshit through everything.
Well, it wasn't just the media. I think, especially here in the States or in this area, which is the only place that I can really attest to, people enjoyed it. People enjoyed the fact that the numbers were that high and they could judge their neighbor on whether they wear the masks or whether they got the vaccine. People were enjoying that. There were people who were separating into groups, the vaxxers and the anti-vaxxers, when now we're discovering that the vaccine didn't do a damn thing. So, and now when you bring it up to the the vaxxers and how they're all vaccinated, got all their boosters, and you say, well, I never got all the boosters. I'm just as healthy as you. They don't want to talk about it because they know that they enjoyed it and they don't want to admit that.
It's just, I don't know. There's always going to be people that have differences, but I hate the way it, like you say, around here. I don't think it's just around here. It separates people, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, you have differences, but be honest.
Yeah, but at the same time, we
Tell
can have
the truth.
differences and still get along with each other.
Absolutely.
But I hate the way that everything is just polarized. It's ridiculous.
It's because people enjoy. I don't know how to. I want to blame social media, but
they want conflict.
Yes, they have to be. They have to be better than the guy beside them. So if being in the country stereotype makes you better, then that's what they'll cling to. If being a thug and no one messes with me makes you better, that's what they cling to. It's all the Ford against Chevy. It's just bullshit.
Well, there's no comparison. Ford sucks.
That's your opinion. Actually, Chevy prior to 2008 was a damn good brand, but after 2008, they're absolutely horrible. Yeah. That's because their government bailed out and their quality went to shit.
Well, that's going to be every car manufacturer in the United States here in about 6-8 months.
Yeah.
Because listen, they got themselves in a nice little pickle.
Pickle?
Yeah, they got themselves screwed now. They got all these cars that they built at a certain market value,
and they can't sell them.
Oh, dude, I watched a guy on YouTube, and he was talking about how certain brands or models, of certain trucks and cars are like 300-400 days of inventory worth on the lots, and they're still building them. Mm-hmm. They can't sell them, and 35 days is the norm to sell a new car. That's how long they want it on a lot. Anywhere between 1 and 34 days, and then they want it gone. And they're up to 300 and some days on some of these cars that they've got inventory for, and they can't sell them because they bought them at these inflated prices when everybody had, the market was good and everybody was just throwing money like they, won the lottery. And then the other problem you got now is you have the repos are going absolutely ridiculous because people can't afford that anymore. They're not getting all that extra free money. And they spent money they didn't have, and now, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. Like the other guy I watch, he sells just transportation vehicles in Georgia, and he would sell anything $5,500 or less, just so people could have a car to drive to work, whatever. He said he can't even find them cars because dealerships don't sell them at auctions anymore because it's the only thing that they can sell on the lot. That's all people are buying. They can't sell anything over $5-6 grand because people just don't have the credit or the money. It's nuts.
What kills me is the price of used cars. That was the insult. Like new cars, you got the unions and all the workers and all the parts they're buying overseas. So I'm not going to say I understand the cost of a new car, but I can understand that more than a car that's 10 years old and 4 times the amount of money it's supposed to be.
Right.
That is just price gouging at its finest.
And that's all in too because there's a lot, like I say, all these repos are going somewhere. They got to get sold somewhere. Mm-hmm. And he's saying that when he's going to the auctions, he's seeing cars that are run 3 or 4 times a day for 2-3 months because the banks won't let them go for what the dealers are offering to buy them for.
Right.
Because they got too much in them.
Well, I mean, it's gonna, I don't know what it's going to do. I'm still seeing a lot of nice new cars on the road.
Yeah,
but it's difficult.
It's
difficult. I guess what I mean by it's difficult is it's difficult to form an opinion because I don't have all of the information. I just know that cars shouldn't be that expensive. I don't expect them to be $3 grand like they were in the 70s.
Oh yeah,
or a brand new car for 10 grand like they were in the 80s. But $30,000 for a base model?
No, listen, like a nice model new pickup truck, 4-wheel drive with the nice not the top tier like Denali or nothing, but they're $100 grand.
I know.
$100,000. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yep. And that's why I pick on the country stereotype so much. They have to have pickup trucks. Okay, well, enjoy being broke.
Well, cars are the same way. Jeeps are the same way. Like, new Jeeps are out of sight price-wise.
And they're Fiats.
They're nuts.
They're not American-made. They're American-assembled, but they're Fiats. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had a Jeep for 4 years, and it was a nice little truck. But I didn't keep it. As soon as I saw that I could get more money than I owed on it, dude, that thing was gone.
Yeah.
And now I have an older Fiat. You know, I have an older Chrysler.
See, it's not as bad here as if you get, like, I think the one guy that was showing the new cars that were out of sight was in Albuquerque, maybe. But it was crazy. Like, here's just a 2024 used Wrangler Sport.
Did that say $42,000? Did I see that right? Was that
I don't know.
$42,000 for a used Wrangler?
That's what it said, I think. That's what I'm saying. It's freaking redonkulous. Like,
I like to say ridic. Just pounds it home like well, you know.
So here's the Compass. I mean, a new Compass, that's a used one.
Yeah.
34 grand.
Yeah, yeah. I paid my Compass when I drove it off in 2020 was $31,000. That was the tag. When I sold it 4 years later, I sold it for 20 grand. So I lost 11,000 value-wise. And I know they turned around and sold that thing for $25,000.
Oh yeah, trust me,
But it only had 24,000 miles on it, so it was still basically new. And I took fairly good care. I mean, it had a few dings on it, but didn't have any tears. And the one time I pooped myself, I cleaned the seat really well.
Well, you sure should hope so.
Yeah, I even used Purell. It was embarrassing. I'm sure the wife won't comment on it.
So here's the Wranglers. Let's see what they want for these.
I had no warning. It wasn't my fault.
Like, here's like base model Wranglers, 45 grand, 44 grand, 46 grand.
They can have them.
And these are all used, people.
And
these
you know damn
new.
well that 99% of the people that buy those don't take them off road.
Like, if you get, look, here's the nice one.
They just drive them on the streets. Now, I will admit that Ohio's roads, you might as well be off road.
Right. Especially here in a couple of months when they start, Whew.
You know what kills me? Something that I've noticed.
51 grand for that one.
But what is it special in any way?
No, it's the exact same one that Jen, the OM that we have had, that white one. It's the exact same all this everything. Wait till
it doesn't have a different engine package or
no, that's the exact truck that Jen drives. 51 grand.
Well, I mean, if you're willing to spend the money, I guess I can't make fun of you too much, but I would suggest you might want some classes on being more wise with your money.
And that's used.
Yeah. How many miles?
I don't think it says. It just says it's a 2024 Sierra it doesn't say. Oh, now here, look. That's if you get all these discounts. If you get the dealership trade-in assistance, if you get a trade-in, you get a little bit off. If you have a military bonus, you can get a little bit more off.
So it's 50 grand, and you still have, and they're adding in all of the discounts you can possibly. Yeah. So it's actually way more.
65,245 is what the actual MSRP is.
65,245 for a Wrangler, for a brick. It's a box.
They're nice.
It's a box. It's a box with balloon tires.
I think they're great. I would drive one. I think they look good, but not
I
for
would drive if I had to.
$65,000.
But if you put that beside my Continental, kiss every inch of my ass. I'm not driving that bouncy balloon sumbitch. I can sit in my Continental and.
It's nuts. There's 66,000 for that one. It's just, I don't know. I just don't understand.
And our Continental was 50 grand new. That thing is $15,000 more.
I say if you buy a nice, let me see if
Continental's all-wheel drive. I mean, kiss my ass. I will say that the Chrysler stereo is pretty amazing. I happen to love their stereo systems, and even my Compass had an incredible stereo system in it. Ford needs to pay attention because their stereo systems are awful.
2005 GMC 2500. Yeah. 85,255.
See, that's why they're such douchebags. I know you think F-150s, and I won't argue with you.
Now, wait a minute. That's after the discounts. Look what it is before the discounts. 90
But I think that's why 90% of the GMC drivers are in your back seat. They're hogging the road because they just spent literally $100 grand on a I mean, what is it? Is that a pickup truck?
Yeah.
It's a Silverado.
No, this is GMC Denali. This is the top tier.
Okay, so it's a Silverado with some bells and whistles on it.
It's got everything. If it's a Denali, it has every single thing on it. There's nothing that this truck doesn't have. That tailgate probably goes up and down with a motor, everything.
Yeah. And what do you think he's going to haul with it?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Probably not. And it's a 2500, so it's
he'll throw some mulch in the back of it in the spring, and that's it.
And it's also a 2500, so it's the heavy duty model. But here's the other thing, like when you buy these though, you don't get the off-brand tires that actually has GMC Wranglers on it that are Kevlar on the side. I mean, that's nice to get that stuff that comes with it, but I don't think it's $100,000 worth of nice.
Yeah.
It's got the Duramax diesel in it, so it's probably got the Allison transmission, which brings the price up dramatically because those things are absolutely ridiculous money. But
yeah, like I said, to each their own, but not me.
I mean, that's a beautiful truck. I would love to have one of those, but I just don't know if I want to spend. I wouldn't spend $100,000 on it. I mean, if I got $200-300 million, I wouldn't give a hoot one way or the other. But I mean, if I've got to work every day to buy $100,000 car, I think that's crazy.
I think that's one of the reasons why everyone's broke. It's not just the president. It's we want what we want, and we're going to get it regardless. And there's a bank that will give us a loan that we can make work day of signing.
Yeah.
Until a week after you're signing, somebody gets sick or the taxes on your house goes up, and now, oh shit, I need 3 jobs to pay for a pickup truck. I'll say it one more time. Kiss my ass. I'm not impressed. And I think that's the worst part about it, is these guys, especially the country stereotypes, they buy these big Rams, and they're $70,000. And they buy the big Silverados, which is $70,000.
Well, the Rams actually, I think, are the best priced out of everything.
I know, but they get the was it the Longhorn? Yeah.
Well, I think the F-150 is actually the cheapest one, which is why they're so popular. Why there's so many of them on the road. People because everybody no, it's because you can buy it for $20,000 less than you can in any other truck.
Yeah. And nobody cares. Nobody's impressed that you have a pickup truck.
I don't know. I just like having a truck. I've had trucks, and I don't know. It's just nice to have one.
I'll take an SUV, but pickup trucks, you can keep it. I have no use for those things.
So you just want a big old Cadillac?
I wouldn't mind a Cadillac. The only problem with Cadillac is I'm afraid of them because they put all the newest technology in those things, and they don't work out the bugs. Now, I understand that Ford does the same damn thing.
Yes, they do.
But I'm just saying, I love Cadillacs, but I'm scared of them.
I miss my Caddy, too. I used to have one.
That's why I get Lincolns, because typically Lincolns are a little better in that area, although my Continental has some issues. It keeps throwing codes for no reason whatsoever. So I'm not going to sit here and say that it's better. I just prefer it. But in the same breath, our MKZ is 14 years old, and that thing has nothing wrong with it. Powerful as hell.
I don't know. I've never, ever, ever had any luck with Fords. Ever. Every one I've ever owned was just a disaster.
But anyways. So.
Moving off the car topic.
Oh, are we? Okay.
I don't know. Are we? I thought we were moving on. Yeah. You said okay.
So. I don't really do a lot of... I used to do more kind of looking into the statistics when I worked for the repo company because I wanted to... Because there were certain cars that you saw a lot. Like a lot of Chevys, a lot of the Trax, a lot of the Cruises, a lot of the Tahoes, and a ton of Equinoxes. And they were all nice but broken. And you learn that when someone goes out and spends, how much is an Equinox?
Probably $50,000 now.
You think?
They were,
Damn.
They were probably in the high 30s, mid 30s when I used to sell cars in 2010. So they got to be close to 50 now.
So let's just call it a $30,000 Equinox, right? This is back in 2018-19 when I worked for the repo company, and it's got 70,000 miles on it, and someone defaulted on the loan. So you start digging. And then you say, why? Why did all of a sudden this guy who made most of the payments, he was like a year away from owning this thing, and he just walked away from it and let us repo it. And then you turn the key and you find out why.
Mm-hmm.
And it's shaking and shimmering because only 3 of the cylinders are working and the transmission's shot. And this, especially with, I can't tell you how many Cruises I have gotten that were in decent shape. And you turn the key and it's got just smoke piling out the back of it, or there's steam launching out, and you know the guy walked away from it because he said, I can't afford to fix this. I had to put a whole new engine in it, and back then that was 7-8 grand,
Probably.
right? And he said, I already, I owe this much. I'm not putting that into it. And the loan people are like, what do you want us to do about it? We gave you a loan. We're not a repair shop. We're not going to fix it for you. So they just said, fine, come and take it, and I'll take the hit on the credit. When you work for a company like that for 4 years, and you see this over and over again, when you see how many Dodge Rams come in there, and they lose it for 2 reasons. One, they walk away from it because they're tired of fixing it, or Chrysler Credit is just, the interest is ridiculous, and they just can't make the payment. It's $700 payments.
I think Solaris is the name of the company that runs Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, all that stuff. I guess they're in big, big trouble.
Well, I know Chrysler Credit was... Now, when we dealt with Chrysler Credit, it wasn't Chrysler Credit. It wasn't that bad. Our loan was fairly good, but we did give them... They paid off... They gave us the exact amount we owed on the Edge, right? We didn't get any profit off that, did we? Or...
No, they just...
They paid it off.
Very much.
Yeah, they paid it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the car market is just, it's tanking.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for people that rely on that. The only part of the car market I think is going to be booming here in the next 2 or 3 years is the repo business. And I don't think the selling part of the repo business is going to be good. Just to go get the car part.
Yep.
Like I literally want to buy a tow truck and just start peeling people's shit just so I can make extra money.
You don't need a tow truck. All you need is a pickup truck with it's called a Minuteman.
Yeah, I know what they are.
Buoy on the back of it. It's way more affordable than an actual tow truck.
Yeah. Well, and then you don't even need that. If you find stuff that you know where it is, you just go get a key made and jump in it and take it.
Yeah.
But the best way to get stuff, and I know this because I know people who do it. You gotta have a truck with a lift that you can run from in the cab, and LPR,
which stands for
license plate recognition.
There you go. Oh yeah,
because you can just roll through parking lots and go break, and then you'll look gray Ford Explorer, and drive away.
From what I understand, the company I used to work for did away with their camera cars.
Yeah,
they no longer do that.
They're huge. Well, see, some people are running cars, and I don't know if that's because it's Ohio. The people I know that do it are from Illinois, and they got them right on the pickup, the actual tow truck.
Okay, so the tow truck itself goes in.
Yeah, and then they'll just drive through Walmart parking lot, mall parking lot, grocery store parking lots, and just snatch cars when they go off. See, now, it might not be legal in Ohio to repo that way, so that's why they run cars, and then when the car finds one, they follow them, or they throw a tracker on it, or whatever, and then the tow truck guy goes and gets it. But
well, like I said,
I don't know what the laws are.
The company I worked for quit doing that, so I don't know how they're doing it nowadays. It's been 3 years, 2 years or so on since I worked for them.
Yeah.
But, well, actually, more than that. Like 5 years? Yeah, it's been 5 years since I worked for them. I would go back and work for them again, but they don't pay anything.
Yeah. Which is absolutely not. They pay the repo guys good money. The guys that actually go get cars, they make good money.
Yes, but they should. Because they can get shot at.
Oh, yeah.
We had one of our repo agents get clubbed.
Mm-hmm.
He just woke up on the ground, and the guy was trying to put the repo truck in gear, but there's a special way you have to do it. Yeah. So he ended up ripping the guy out of the truck. But, yeah, he got clubbed. Hard. So, yeah, those guys should get paid.
Well, in my theory, though, too, what sucks is if he just ripped the dude out of the truck and then probably got it and took off. But if he'd have ripped that dude out of the truck and gave him what for and then left, he probably would have got sued and lost after the dude hit him with a club, which is absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry. If you attack somebody...
It should be gloves off, game on.
You get thumped, that's your problem, pal.
That's how I feel about it. If you go violence because you're stupid, then it's gloves off, game on. And whatever happens to you because of your decision.
Yeah.
If you choose to break into a house and you get your ass blown off...
Sucks to be you.
Yeah, you chose. But, lawyers are smart, and they kind of manipulate things to make... I don't know how to say it.
They're the victim because they died.
Yeah.
You that's sitting there fearing for your life, don't worry about that. It's, ridiculous.
So I just say, screw the law. I'll take whatever consequences.
Well, but that's the thing that...
Allow me to quote our vice president. If someone breaks into this house, you're getting shot. And the dogs will hear you before you ever get to the front door. So, good luck.
Yeah. See, my thing is and that's what these people don't... You have no idea what somebody's doing when they break in your house.
No.
I mean, they could steal stuff and be like, well, screw it, we're killing these people because we don't want any witnesses because I don't want to go back to prison for the 18th time or whatever. So, dude, come
even
on.
if they do, I would never do that.
You can say that all you want.
This is my sanctuary. This is my home. This is my temple. This is what protects the most valuable things in my life.
Right.
You break into that, and you've crossed a line that law no longer matters. Doing what's right and wrong.
It's on.
No.
Like Donkey Kong, baby.
The only way you survive is if you're faster than bullets, or you can move faster than I can aim. Because, I mean, I will not care about the rest of my future when it comes to protecting my daughter, my wife, and my 2 fur babies. Those matter more to me than anything. And this house is what I choose to protect those.
Right.
So, again, I don't care what your opinion is. You break into my house, I no longer care about the law. I don't care about right or wrong.
Right.
I'm going to kill you.
Well, it's like when I worked at the one place, and the guy jimmied the door open to get in through the load door. Like, he just jimmied the garage door until I got underneath it. And I was coming up the steps and seeing him, and I kicked him in the face, and he was mad at me. And I'm like, pal, you're breaking into a business.
Yeah.
And all you got was kicked in the face. You should be happy that you're not dead.
That was the chair, by the way, in case you heard that.
Sure, that's what, yeah.
No, I'm talking about you. You moved, the chair made a noise. Nor you farted.
There's dogs here. Just blame it on the dog.
Huh?
There's dogs here. Just say it. That was the dog.
Well, the blanket would.
Dogs, look,
They are out.
and they usually don't make noise.
Oh
They're
yeah, you just
silent
kind
but deadly.
of you just kind of get it. One minute you're fine, the next minute your nostrils are on fire.
Well,
But
speaking
anyways.
of fire, dude, I woke up last night about 5 o'clock in the morning with heartburn. It was just, oh my God. And now my ears are full of crud. My nose is full of crud.
How does heartburn make you sick?
Because it just makes mucus in my head whenever I get heartburn really bad. You've never had heartburn so bad that you get mucus growing in your face?
No.
Oh, God. I do.
No. Now, I have had heartburn terribly, so much so that I'm on acid inhibitors forever. Of course, I don't know if you know this. I know I talked about this with Adam. I actually caused my acid problems.
Really? How'd you do that?
Okay, so I love telling the story because it's just typical me, Mr. Indulgence. So I got a company. I worked where Dinah works, and they have free coffee. So and they have those huge, what is it, like 2 gallons of coffee? That thing,
Probably more like what you get at a
like a banquet hall.
a banquet hall.
So, anyways, it's a pergerator, which I know isn't a word. And
they're drip.
Percolator.
You put a filter in there, and there's pre-measured packets.
well, not when I
you
worked there.
Yes,
When I worked
we
there,
had just got them.
anyways, it doesn't matter. They had free coffee. So I got this thing.
still
I got
do.
like a 32-ounce, one of those 32-ounce fucking gas station things.
Yeah.
And I had this idea. Well, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I had this thing that I did was I bought 3 Musketeers, and you cube it up, throw it in there, and then you put just enough coffee to cover it, because it would cool.
Yeah.
And then you would add more to keep it hot, and then you would melt 3 Musketeer in the coffee. You laugh, but I promise you, it is the best, silkiest mocha you could ever have. Those 3 Musketeers make coffee perfect. And the more coffee you drink, the bigger the bar. Anyways, so I would drink 2 or 3 of those a night, having no clue that it's an acid.
6 3 Musketeer bars.
3 Musketeers, we're talking the big bites, the bigger ones. And 32 times 3 in an 8-hour period. So finally, I started getting indigestion. I'm like, and I go to the doctor, and he's like, well, you got acid reflux. Your acid's going up into your throat and blah, blah, blah. And then after a few questions, he says, you drink a lot of coffee? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I drink
Only
so
about
much
6
coffee.
gallons a day.
And he goes, stop. And he said, you've actually damaged your stomach, because he said, coffee is an acid. And I went, oh, I didn't know that. So because I overdid it, and what kills me is I'm the guy that if I drink too much caffeine, I get headaches. So how was I even, see, the body's like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to let him drink this mistake. It's like a dad when he sees a kid playing with an outlet. He says, no, just let him learn.
Yep.
That's what my body did.
Zing!
So I take acid inhibitors because I'm an idiot and I destroyed my stomach.
So Mark stuck his tongue in a light socket.
Yep, I did.
And then got shocked. I was like, what the hell was that?
That's just like my hearing. Why? I know why. I was stupid and I killed my hearing. I was born with normal hearing. I just destroyed it.
I think we all did that. We grew up in a time when everybody listened to music so loud that when you were done, if your ears weren't ringing, it wasn't loud enough.
I think it's because earphones really came into their own in the 80s. Like they were good in the
Stupid
60s, they were good in the 70s, but something about the 80s where they really just kind of fine-tuned that. Now they have earbuds.
Yeah.
So during the whole 90s thing, they were working on the earbuds, but in the 80s it was the big, like these basically.
Yeah.
And they're big speakers, and so.
Yep. Like
Then car stereos, I always had to have a loud car stereo.
Yeah, me too.
I never had the money to have bass.
Oh,
So
I did.
It was just loud.
My S10
mid-range.
would bounce a quarter about 9 inches off the roof. It was awesome.
Yeah. Excuse me. I keep belching.
That's because he's talking about acid reflux, and all of a sudden he's got it.
I shouldn't. I took my pill.
What pill do you take?
I take a prescription because it's cheaper than a Prilosec. So I take one called Protonics.
Because I used to take it on a regular basis, and now I don't. I just take it when I need it. Because I read 3 different articles from like medical journals that say if you take the acid pump inhibitors, is that what yours is?
I actually don't know. I suppose I should find out.
But apparently, if you take those regularly, they show that you have like a 30 or a 28%. It's whatever it is. I can't remember what it is. It's a higher percentage of getting dementia when you get older. And I'm like, I'm already dumb enough. We don't want that.
Well, you know what? According to everything, gives you dementia now. That is just what being fat gives you dementia. It's
Well,
just
listen.
it is their scare tactic for everything.
Dementia is dementia.
Yeah.
But like I said,
And my brain barely works now, so I don't
that's
have a
why
lot of
I'm
hope.
saying I don't need dementia. My brain don't work as it is.
All right. Well, let's see here. All right. I'm getting speakers. So
Well,
I must have spelled
You're
it
not
wrong.
swallowing those. Well, I mean, I guess you could.
Protonics, India's most loved portable gadgets. So that's not.
Okay.
I must have spelled it wrong. So let's speaker, headphones, projector. Okay.
Just type in acid inhibitor or
Per
medication.
PRO tonic. I'm sounding this out, which is that it? No.
Nope. Go back to that again. PPI is probably the one you want. It's probably not acid pump inhibitor. It's probably the PPI one.
Oops. All right, I gotta do it again.
Too far. Went too far.
Protonics with an X.
That's gotta be it.
There it is. Da, 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 da. Okay, it is a pump inhibitor.
Yep. So now they call them PPIs
Gesundheit.
instead of APIs.
Because God forbid if you have to say the whole name, it's much work.
Because I think it's probably because of the API stigma. So they probably changed what they actually call it to proton pump inhibitor instead of acid pump inhibitor.
Yep, there it is, little white pill. It actually works really well. Like I said, and I was on Prilosec for a few years because I didn't have medical insurance.
Yeah.
And Protonics without medical insurance is fucking expensive. And it doesn't work as well. Prilosec does not work as well as Protonics, in my opinion, for me. I'm trying to find information on, here we go. Good old Cleveland Clinic, that one I trust so much. All right. Pantroprazole. How do you say that word? I can say it slowly.
I'm not saying that word.
That's what it actually is. All right. Treats conditions that cause too much stomach acid, like heartburn, stomach ulcers, and acid reflux, which is what I have. It reduces the amount of acid in your stomach. The brand name is Protonics with an X. What is this medication? Who gives a shit? What should I tell my care team before I take this medication? Care team? They're supposed to tell me. Fucking lazy-ass doctors these days, man. Okay, I'm going to prescribe this. Do you know what it does? All right. What should I tell my care team? You want to fix this for me? What am I paying you for? They need to know if you have any of these conditions. Liver disease. How would they not know that?
That you're a doctor. I think they would know.
Are you the Grinch? You look a little green. Low levels of calcium, magnesium, potassium in the blood. Lupus. An unusual allergic reaction to pantoprazole, other medications, food, diet. Now, come on, that's stupid. Everyone has an allergic reaction to something. Really? I mean, I can't take that. I have an allergic reaction to shellfish. I mean, seriously.
I do.
Dinah has disconnected. She's playing with the dogs.
She's doing her thing over there.
Pregnant or trying to get pregnant. I've been pregnant for about 40 years now. Breastfeeding. Depends on how hot it is. All right, now, should I use this medication? This is where it's going to piss me off. I just know it. They're going to be like, no, you're going to die. Take this medication by mouth. By mouth?
How else are you going to take a pill?
I've been sticking it up my ass for years.
Well, Gino on it doesn't work.
I know. All right. I need to turn my mic down a little bit.
You are a little loud.
Okay. Take this medication by mouth. Swallow the tablets whole to drink with a drink. God, I always add words. Drives me crazy.
You all right over there?
No. Swallow the tablets whole with a drink of water. Follow directions.
Well, that's really weird. Doesn't it usually say a glass of water for most prescriptions? And that just says a drink of water. That's really weird.
Well, drinking is more accurate. Follow the directions on the prescription label. Do not crush, break, or chew. Why? Is it a slow-acting thing? I don't think it is. I think it just breaks down. Take your medication at regular intervals. Do not take your medication more often than directed. A special med guide will be given to you by the pharmacist, which I've never read, with each prescription and refill.
So I have a problem with that, by the way. I take things because I had my heart attack, and every time I go there, I gotta go, and the pharmacist has to speak to me. I'm like, I've been taking this shit for 9 years.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I've had enough of. I don't need to talk to the pharmacist. Well, you have to talk to him, or we can't give it to you. So I go over there. I'm like, I've been taking this since 2018 or whatever, or 2015 or whatever. They're like, yeah, here you go.
Yeah,
dude, you just wasted 5 or 10 minutes of my day waiting for you to come over here to tell me, yeah, go ahead and just take it.
My pharmacist,
just give me my shit.
My pharmacist actually asked me, "Do you want the papers?" And I said, "No, I've been taking it for years."
Well, no, at Walmart, you have to actually talk to the pharmacist. He has to come over and tell you this is for this. And I'm like, dude, I've been taking this.
It's probably just something with that that medication that they require it.
I was going to say it's something to do with Walmart.
Prescription, they said, have you been taking it before? I'm like, yeah. They're like, okay, you don't have to talk to them.
See,
Every time I go, they make me talk to them.
I'm thinking it's Walmart. Like, if you go to another pharmacist, they won't do that.
That was Walmart, too, though, that I went to.
Which drug did they ask you about?
I think it's the statin. My astrastatin.
Because I take that too.
Statin?
What? I think I can't. I have to wait till the next time.
Well, because I heard you mention a bunch of the same drugs I take. And they never. The only time the pharmacist ever told me something was when they gave me Protonix because it was cheaper than Prilosec, and they said, "Well, there's a deadly interaction with your other drug, so you shouldn't take it." So they wouldn't fill it.
Oh well, no. This is whatever it is. It's about how I don't know. I can't remember what the hell it is, but
that's a shame because we all want to know.
And it might be one of the blood pressure pills I take too, because I take 2 different ones, and it might be because I take 2 at once as well.
Yeah, but I do too. I think you take the same ones I take.
I take metoprolol and what the hell is the other one?
Spironolactone.
What is with these names?
Lisinopril and metoprolol.
Jacopoxycaprocatin.
They got to have the chemical in there, and then the name of the guy that invented it. They got to put it all together somehow, and that's what it's called. Yeah. Jimmy Crack Corn's,
Putzerama Chronicate. But anyways, all right. Now where was I?
Anyway, yeah.
Since you have no information to actually help us out.
Oh, you know what? That's
a special meta-guide will be given to you by the pharmacist for each prescription filled. Be sure to read this carefully each time. Why?
You don't want to read that. You never want to read those because it tells you all the side effects and how you're going to die from it. It's the same way when you're sitting in the hospital watching TV because there's nothing else
I
to
hate
do,
those commercials.
And they advertise drugs.
Yeah.
But
they're the worst commercials ever.
At the end of it, it says, say it's for, let's call it Mark's drug.
Yeah.
May cause anal leakage.
This if you're allergic to this drug.
Well, thanks, Captain Obvious.
Oh, yeah, but if you never take it, how do you know if you're allergic to it?
Right. Well, the one that gets me is like the one for like restless leg syndrome may cause anal leakage. Yeah. Dude, I would rather have a shaky leg than a leaky butthole. Right. I'm sorry.
Right. No, 100%. I can go to bed if my legs are fucking going crazy. Right. You go to bed with anal leakage and you're going to wake up really unhappy.
You're going to have a bad day. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. You better go to Walmart and buy some extra sheets. Or some Depends.
It just, I don't know, it just cracks me up. It may cause anal leakage. That's the last thing that I need to know that my headache medication can do to me.
Yeah.
I'll just deal with the pain, thank you very much. the side effects.
Medication for eye floaters may cause stroke, anemia.
Right.
Anyways.
Heart attack.
Yeah. Talk to your care team about this use of this medication in children. While this medication may be just prescribed for children as young as 5, for select conditions, precautions do apply. Overdose. If you think you have taken too much, just shoot yourself in the backyard. No, I'm kidding. If you think you've taken too much of this medication, contact a poison control center or emergency room at once. Okay, I'm going to give you a piece of information. I accidentally took too much of a particular medication and called the emergency room, and they kind of couldn't help me. So you have to call a poison control center. And that was I made a big point of that a couple years back in another episode, because I didn't know what to do. Right. When you accidentally take too much medication, I'm sure at some point someone had told me poison control center,
right?
But I had long forgotten about it. So I called the emergency room and I said, I just need to talk to a nurse. I did something. I need to know if I'm okay. And it took me a while to get through to somebody. I finally got a hold of the ER nurse, and I said, I accidentally took too much. I took a pill, lost my train of thought, and then took another pill, and then remembered, shit, I already took one. And she says, well, we really can't give you any information, but you can call the poison control center. Then I called them, and they asked me some questions. I didn't have to pay them a dime. It was a 1-800 number, and he says, you'll be all right. You didn't take enough of it. But I just want to stress, if
you might feel kind of funny, but you're not going to die.
Right, but that's who you want to call. If you take something and you don't know what it was, if you take too much of something, just burn it in your memory. Poison Control Center is who you got to talk to, and they're open 24/7. Call in the emergency room. And if you only have limited amount of time, and you only have time to make one phone call, that's why I'm saying Poison Control Center is what you want to call. And I don't really have a number for them. You'll have to Google it.
It'd probably take 30 seconds to find it.
If that's something that can happen to you, it'd probably be worth it to Google it, write it down, and put it like on the fridge.
Oh, excuse me.
If you have someone who's forgetful and can take too much medication, or a kid who can get a hold of a pretty nasty medication.
800-222-1222.
There you go. So it's a shit ton of twos.
Yeah. A shit ton of twos. Just get them in the right order. There's a 1 in the middle. Just get it in the right order. Why the hell wouldn't they just make a 222? Yeah, why the hell would they throw a 1 in the middle of that shit?
They had to. Somebody else already had that 222 number.
Oh, man.
What if I miss a dose? Nothing. You get heartburn that day. What may interact with this medication? Oh, come on.
Everything?
Dude, look at the names. Atazarzaver, Nelfsiver, come on. Amplicillin.
Yeah, that sounds like I'm not going to tell you.
Iron salts. There, I can say that one. There's this huge list, but I can say iron salts. Warfarin. Oh. Methotrexate. I can almost say that one. What is methotrexate? I know that.
Methotrexate.
What is it?
Arthritis medicine.
All right.
Arthritis.
That's the one you can't because you can't take, right? That's because you take that.
Could be. I thought it was the one high blood pressure pill, but that could be it because I've been taking that for years.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know how we got on this topic.
I don't know.
We're bored with it now.
Yes.
We're told to move on.
All right. There is something I want to talk about real quick.
Oh, gosh. Here we go, real quick.
Excuse me.
Jesus, you feel better over there?
Excuse me. I hope not.
Enough
I'm
for
not
a
even
sandwich?
I'm not
Are
even
you
going to
hungry?
look. I'm not even going to look. It's better to wait till it dries up and you can just kind of pick it off. All right, so this isn't the first time I talked about this, but I'm going to talk about it again. There is a band out there. Been around for quite a while, way over 10 years. And they're a really, really, really good band. It is a hard rock / metal band. But they do have some songs that would be...
He's yawning.
Yeah, dude. Sorry. Rough night.
Dude, you yawned.
See?
Fuck.
See? That's why
Asshole.
I do it.
Anyways.
That's why I do it.
I love these guys, and I would love to see them live, but they broke up for about 2 years. I think someone had a kid, and they've gotten back together. They made a new album, and I think it's absolutely killer. But because they broke up, and this is something we know a lot about, when you stop continuously producing content, your fans disperse and go away.
They do.
So now they're having trouble. They've been playing a lot in the area that they are from, which I think is St. Louis. I think they're from the St. Louis area. And so this was a post on Facebook. The band is called FiveFold. One word, FiveFold. Open Letter turns 10 next year. Duh, what should we do to celebrate? And I, of course, couldn't care less about what the topic of the post was. I said, how can we help you to get you guys to come play in the Cleveland area? I didn't actually think they would respond, but they did respond, and they said, if you know any small venues, we can definitely try to reach out and set something up. And some local band recommendations would be awesome too. So I took that and said, okay, that's nice. And I said, FiveFold, give me a little time, let me see what I can do. And they said, thank you. So somebody in this organization, and I don't think they're big enough to have like people they pay. I think this is one of the band members. So now I have to task it to myself to try to figure out a way to get this. See, this is Ryan Cheney is the singer of this band, and he's responding to people. So I think it's definitely one of the bandmates that responded to me. So now I'm trying to figure out how can I help these guys out. Like if it was up to me, I would have had them play at the Zombie Walk. 100%. Even if it costs like $10,000, I still would have did donations and have that, because I think, wouldn't that be great? Once the sun goes down, have an actual band, even if nobody knows who they are.
So we did that with New Wave Nation for our 10th anniversary down there.
And did it
Zombie
work?
Walk. It was a freaking blast.
Why didn't
they
do
played
it?
Thriller. Well, it was only on our 10th anniversary, but they played Thriller, and we were on the stage and right in front of them doing the dance.
Right. But I mean, that's my point. The point is that if you said it was killer, it worked. They should have did it every year. I mean, John 5.
Honey, that was all donations by us, donating $5 a lesson.
Yeah.
That's where our money came from. We didn't have businesses donating or any of that because nobody thought we were a good thing. So
Nobody thought you were a good thing.
Nobody wanted to pay us money to do anything. It was all volunteer and all from us paying $5 a lesson to get that money for the trash cans, because those trash cans weren't donated.
Right.
Paying well, luckily the vendors, once we started doing vendors and stuff, but even then we didn't have that many of them.
Yeah.
But you had to pay for cops to be down there and walk with us along the route. None of that stuff was free. None of it was donated to us.
I wonder if there's got to be a way. I mean, it used to draw a crowd. So I'm not saying you should sell tickets, but there has to be a way. I mean, if the businesses would stay open, they'd probably get some businesses, especially the restaurants.
Yeah, well, I think most of the restaurants were open, weren't they?
Yeah, most of the businesses down there were very good. I mean, like Bender's, Jackie over at Bender's loved us because she actually had the version of our Thriller dance song on her jukebox. We'd always go in there between walks and dance and everything, but so she was always on board. Tremont always used to have a special coffee just for the zombie walk.
Oh man, see that it sounds good. It's amazing that I don't know.
But like you said, when COVID hit, it just kind of killed everything, and it just never came back. Kind of like 24-hour Walmart, one of the greatest things in the world. But you ain't never going to see that again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like one of my favorite restaurants, Ferraro's. They're not 24 hours anymore.
Dude, I love that place. Great steak and
Most
eggs.
of the IHOPs aren't either.
Yeah.
I think the one in Belton
Even
Village.
though they're still advertised.
Yeah. I think the one in Belton Village actually is, though. I think somebody told me that they actually.
It's only on certain days.
Not.
It's only maybe it's just the weekends.
Friday night.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday night, maybe.
And even then, you don't want to go there because that was the worst one in the area.
One cook, one waitress, and half the store blocked off.
There was a place when I worked at Amazon that we used to go to that was open 24 hours, and it was great except for, since it was one of the only place that was open 24 hours, every piece of shit in the fucking Akron area was in there.
Yeah.
Because it was the only place open.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there was like one side of the restaurant was all like good people and, just people that were up all night and people that were up super early to go to work, like 3 o'clock they would leave to go and they would come in and get breakfast. Just all like good people just having, food and, socialize. And then the other side was a complete shit
mess.
show.
Yeah. Complete mess.
It was nuts.
Yep. But anyways, so we're getting back to FiveFold. So now I got to figure out a way to get FiveFold here so I can I just want to see them. They're saying thank you, but I'm doing this for selfish reasons. I want to see them play.
A smaller venue that does bands like that, Outpost in Kent.
Well, we need to ask them
I'd say
what
the
they
grog shop,
consider.
too.
Yeah, I know
What
if
they
you
consider small venue. Do
not
they
only
do
that, but what do they
200 or
charge?
2,000.
Because if they're from St. Louis, they need a hotel room, and they probably need to drive. So we're talking gas too. I need a rider, so I know what they're gonna charge.
What it's gonna cost, yeah.
Well, we're not going to pay him.
No, but
if he can't reach out to anybody and say, we got this band that's really great, if they, how much does it cost?
No,
I don't know.
They wanted the names of venues so they could reach out and try to schedule. They probably got a manager.
Yeah.
So they need just names of places around here.
Well, we got one.
Know.
We got the Outpost.
Like I said, that's probably what, about 150, 200 people? 300 maybe?
I don't think this band is really well known, so I don't think you're going to draw a crowd.
Two suggestions I would have would be Beachland Ballroom and the Grog Shop.
Yeah.
Beachland's another good one, yeah.
Because they're both ones that's not like really, really popular people they bring in, but they still do a good job.
Yeah. And they're in Cleveland.
But you need to ask them what do they consider small?
Small, yeah.
Maybe they consider 2,000.
Exactly.
At which time then you would say Goodyear Theater because all they're having this year.
God, I would love to see them there. Wouldn't that be great?
I love Goodyear
Or Northfield
Theater.
is another excellent, but I don't know.
That
because Northfield brings in names.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking Pop Evil.
Like Wayne Newton's coming.
Yeah.
Is Wayne Newton still alive? How the hell is Wayne Newton alive? Is he like 118?
It's got to be animatronic.
Could be a wax figure of him.
Yeah, it's got to be animatronic.
Wayne Newton's got to be 105. Are you kidding me?
No, I just saw it. I think it's at Northfield.
Donkey Shane. Oh, Lord, Donkey Shane.
Well, he looks good for his age. No gray hair, no nothing.
Yeah.
Because he's had so lots of money.
There's no way he's only 82 years old.
Look at that.
Gotta be
He's
older.
had so much Botox that he looks permanently allergic reaction to something.
But now look at that. Most of those pictures look like they're from the 80s and 90s. Dude, don't even play. But still, it says he's only 82.
All right. We had a bit of an issue, so we had to restart.
Are we going again?
Back on.
Yeah. We have, basically, we have like 6-7 minutes left. But I want to stop it like that.
Well,
but anyway,
are you going to mirror or what? I can't.
No, there's no point.
Yeah. But anyway, we were discussing Wayne Newton only being 82, and I think he's got to be at least 102.
Yeah. So anyways, if you want to look into FiveFold, you can check them out anywhere. You can go on YouTube. You can go on Facebook, Failure Book. And if you own a venue and you want to bring in a good band, I don't know if they'll have much of a following, but I know they're a killer fucking band. And if you go to like interviews where they'll do like live sets, they really can do it. Meaning what they do in the studio, they really can do it live. It's a great, great band. These guys got good energy. They're young, but they're not like 20s, so they're not. I don't think they're all alcoholics and drug addicts. But anyways, they're a good band, and if we get any information, I will continue plugging them and make sure that maybe we can combine, do some Ohio Gripe thing where they get to play. I don't know. We'd have to take donations because I'm broke as fuck. But
I don't know if I'd say I'm broke as fuck, but I'm broke.
Yeah. But we can. Oh, wouldn't it be great if we could get them to do like some kind of New Year's Eve bash, and then have them play? Wouldn't that be great? That's just like a fantasy of mine.
Well, you never know.
I know.
You might win the lottery by then.
Yeah.
Do you buy tickets for the lottery?
Are you getting Disturbed tickets Tuesday? They go on sale Tuesday.
Your wife wants to see Disturbed.
Well, yeah, I'm there.
She's not asking me.
I'm asking you.
Oh, Are we getting Disturbed tickets?
It's on a Monday, March 31st.
Monday, March 31st.
Rocket Mortgage. Tickets go on sale Tuesday at 10
I didn't even get tickets to go see Rascal Flatts, and I would love to go see them because they're way too fucking expensive.
Well, who knows how much these are? We don't even know. Calm down about price when you don't know.
Rascal Flatts.
Ooh.
She's a country.
Okay, I guess not.
They sang two songs that mean a lot to me. So,
yeah. So how many albums? Like 4 or 5 albums? They got 2 songs. That's telling.
No.
That's
they got a lot of songs that were
sentimental.
Yes.
They sang the song that me and my husband had at my wedding for our first dance, and also the song my husband picked out for my daughter's father-daughter dance. So those are sentimental. I love all their songs, but those are sentimental songs.
Quiet, we're talking.
Okay, well, I'm excited to go see Disturbed again. We've not seen them since I have an autographed T-shirt that he got me before they were big. They just had the Don Dunnigan guy in there just had a Facebook post earlier with a picture of when they used to play the bars. We saw them at the Agora in Cleveland and did a meet and greet, and I got an
No, it wasn't the Agora.
T-shirt.
We saw them at the House of Blues.
Okay, yeah, that's right. House of Blues.
Now, Aaron and I saw them. Oh, geez. There was some small venue in Boardman.
Aaron was with us that time. Did
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
him twice?
But I'm saying the first time I ever saw Disturbed, Aaron was with me. And I think it was in a small venue in Boardman, Ohio. And we met them then, which was kind of, it was okay, but it was like they popped out of a trailer and gathered everybody, took a picture, and then took off. But it was, I got to stand next to David Draymond. And the next time we saw them, I believe was, were you with us when we saw them at Blossom?
No.
Okay, so then we saw them at Blossom, and then that was a real meet and greet. They were at a tables, and that's when I embarrassed myself because I was starstruck.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes, fucking
Hearing about it.
jackass. And then the third time we saw him was with you, because we were dating then, and that was at the House of Blues.
I don't think we were dating then.
Well,
We were not dating.
well, we were
yet.
doing things together.
Going out together,
Yes.
it means.
The Dead South isn't the band I want to see. They used to play House of Blues. Have you ever seen these guys?
No.
They're crazy.
Oops.
They don't play your kind of music, but they're fun. But they're from Canada. They're like a folk band from Canada.
I don't mind folk music.
But it's just some of the stuff they do is hilarious.
They should have that one guy play with them.
That one guy?
Yep.
We saw him.
Yep. I saw him several times. I think he's genius. I don't think he's touring, though. I think he does, like, videos now,
Gotcha.
which sucks because he's fucking great. Oh, well. What are you going to do?
Not much you can do.
I think he's my age, so he's up there and probably not interested in touring so much, especially when he's still doing small venues and all that. All right, well, we're going to wrap this up. I'm just going to have to do this little bit of...
It's time to land this plane, kids.
Yep. Time to crash it into some bushes. Anybody have any last-minute words?
I don't think so. Anything from the Peanut Gallery?
No, you can come stop. We're going to watch the Navarre Parade on November 9th. You can come
Okay.
down and look for our T-shirts and say hi.
Yep, come say hi. We'll be in Navarre.
And then we'll be in the actual Maslin Holiday Parade. You
Yes,
can call it
that would be the
Christmas
23rd.
Parade, and it's
Yeah.
actually the holiday parade.
Oh.
That's
Talk
what I
more
said
about
last week.
that.
And that's
What?
November 23rd.
I corrected somebody last week or the week before that said the Christmas parade. I said, no, it's the
That
holiday
was me.
parade.
Oh, yeah. Who gives
It
a
was
shit?
me. I called it a Christmas parade.
Yeah, I mean, and I think they only call it the holiday parade because it's at Thanksgiving time, but it is
Yeah.
Christmas based, so they just call it the holiday parade.
No, it's more politically correct because not everybody celebrates Christmas.
That's why I say I don't give a shit. They could
It's
call
like,
it the Jackass
it's the
Parade. I'd
fall
still be in it.
festival,
I
and you don't
forgot that it was
trick or
offensive
treat.
to say the things we've been saying for
Yes, but I still say Merry
385,000
Christmas,
years.
All right, everybody,
Bye.
Bye.
have a good one.